Carry out or dine in 7 days a week at both great locations. Stop in or order online for carryout at DonJuliosWinfield.com or DonJuliosTroy.com. Don Julio's Mexican Restaurant in the Winfield Plaza and Don Julio's Taco Express at number 3 Troy Center. And don't forget, buy one, get one free on Wednesday in Troy and on Monday in Winfield. That's Don Julio's Mexican Restaurant in the Winfield Plaza and Don Julio's Taco Express at number 3 Troy Center. Veteran-owned and operated. Bringing great authentic Mexican food home to Lincoln County. Hasta pronto!
Out and about once again in Troy, Missouri. South Lincoln Drive means Country State of Mind Designs. I'm talking with Lisa today. There's a saying that goes, if your business doesn't have a sign, there's no sign of your business.
That's correct.
So Country State of Mind Designs does so much more than just signs. But that's the main thrust of things, right? You're trying to help the visibility of local businesses to, ensure their viability.
We thrive on helping you guys be noticeable and recognizable. We can do anything from light signs, flat signs, vehicle graphics, shirts.
You guys have a lot more to offer than just signs.
We do embroidery here. We also have the newest and latest t-shirt with the direct-to-film printer. We actually print in-house.
You guys have a great website at countrystateofminddesigns.com. And if somebody wants to talk about an upcoming project, Lisa, how do they get a hold of you?
636-775-1117, or they can email us at csmdesigns.troy@gmail.com.
Out and about in Troy, Missouri at Country State of Minds at 139 South Lincoln Drive. Come see Lisa and the whole staff today.
Live from the Gateway Fiber Studios, online at gatewayfiber.com. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 10 o'clock in the Heartland.
News. I'm Paul Stevens. A jet crashes on landing at a South Korean airport.
Officials confirming only 2 of the 181 people on board survived. 179 were killed. The 2 people who were pulled from the wreckage alive are believed to have mild to severe injuries. Authorities say they have found the plane's black box flight recorder, which could give clues to what caused the crash. We're also learning from officials that the pilot issued a mayday call after a bird strike.
And that's Fox's Marianne Rafferty. House Speaker Mike Johnson could lose his leadership post later on this week.
One Republican, Congressman Thomas Massie, has already said he won't be supporting Johnson. Several other GOP members say they're also keeping their options open, including Congressman Andy Harris, Scott Perry, Troy Nehls, and Tim Burchett.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. And 2 people are killed by tornadoes in Texas and Mississippi. America's listening to Fox News.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online.
I'm Susan Lee, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The Christmas trading week is over, with the 3 major indices showing gains since last Friday, while falling on this one. Let's start with the Dow. It was down 334 points in today's trading, while ending the week 2% higher. The S&P 500 was a 67-point loser in this last session, but rose 3% from a week ago. And the Nasdaq fell 298 points this Friday, while posting a 3% weekly gain. Tech stocks were a big drag on Friday. Robert Pavlik at Dakota Wealth tells Reuters any kind of selling pressure sort of spirals a little bit out of control when you have a thinly traded market. President-elect Trump says Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates has asked to visit him at Mar-a-Lago. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Roger Stern, invested in you.
The world of business moves fast. Stay on top of it with the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday. Fox Business reporters, anchors, and hosts will bring you beneath the stock market speculation and boardroom drama to tell you about the biggest business stories of today. Whether you're on Main Street or Wall Street, Fox Business is invested in you.
Listen to the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Trust the professionals at Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions. Buying or selling, they'll make your dreams come true. Here's commercial property and development expert Rick Meyer.
Lincoln County has seen tremendous growth, and especially in residential, but along with that brings commercial development opportunities. Meyer & Company Real Estate's really tried to focus, and a lot of my direct focus has been on how can we bring good growth to our area, bring the services that we need. I think there has been a lot of interest by commercial developers to come and bring projects to, and we're right in the middle of it. There is a lot of interest in multifamily apartments or villas. Bottom line, not everybody can afford to buy a new house or find a place of their own on acreage. We really do have a need for multifamily and rental properties, whether it's a retail type operation. We're trying to attract those type businesses to the area as well.
Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, North Lincoln Drive in Troy, 636-462-5555. Online at MeyerListings.com.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Isaac Lowenkron.
On Saturday night, the Los Angeles Rams defeated the Arizona Cardinals 13-9. The Rams' Ahkello Weatherspoon, the game-saving interception in the end zone with 37 seconds to play. The Rams 10-6 lead the 9-7 Seahawks for first place in the NFC West. Earlier Saturday, the Cincinnati Bengals defeated the Denver Broncos in overtime 30-24. The Bengals keep their playoff hopes alive. The Broncos failed to clinch a playoff spot for the second consecutive week. T. Higgins of Cincinnati, 11 catches for 131, 3 touchdowns, including the game-winning 3-yard touchdown reception with 1:07 left at overtime. NBA Saturday night, Jalen Brunson scored 55 in the Knicks' 136-132 win at Washington, and the Los Angeles Lakers beat Sacramento 132-122 in the debut of Kings interim head coach Doug Christie.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Overcast clouds in Troy, getting down to 42 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the lower 50s, moderate rain likely. Temperatures in the upper 40s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 46. In Wentzville it's 46 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground, Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Well, good morning all. We are live in the Gateway Fiber Studios of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO, and this is Uncensored Wrestling Talk. And this morning, of course, we've got our resident referee in-house. He is the one and only HD Daniels. Good morning, HD.
Hello.
And also, owner, producer for Traveling East Productions and so many of the shows that are here on KYRO. He is C.T. Harrison. Good morning, C.T. How are you? You can also watch the show on the KYRO Facebook page, Traveling East Productions Facebook, YouTube, Rumble. Of course, also on the Uncensored Wrestling Talk Facebook page as well. So join us with your questions and your comments on the conversations that we're going to have. And CT, real quick, the video sponsors for Traveling East Production to help put the video out.
My goodness. You've got Safe Harbor Insurance right here in Winfield. You've got Blue Line Lawn Care and Landscaping in the Lincoln County area. You've got Black Flag Outfitters out of Winfield. You've got Pickle on the Run. And who am I missing? Oh, yeah. Original Crow Feather Crystal Healing Jewelry. And more to come.
That's cool. Very cool.
Thank you to all of them for making the broadcast, the video broadcast
Absolutely.
Yeah,
100%.
Possible. That's the word I was looking for. Possible.
We're going to start off the show a little bit on a somber note. Earlier this week, well, let's start it with the end of November, actually, because Jax Dane of the NWA had a heart attack. And I don't know if you guys had known about it, but I hadn't heard of it. But on Christmas Day, he passed away from complications of that heart attack. And former NWA national champion, North American champion, tag team champion, and, of course, world heavyweight champion.
That's the man that Tim Storm actually got the title off of.
That's right. Absolutely. And, of course, he was in that storyline with Tim Storm, as Tim Storm being Baron Von Storm. What a loss. What a loss to the wrestling industry itself.
Well, the last time we saw him was actually at World League Wrestling. Was that March?
Yes.
Yeah.
Night of Champions.
Night of Champions. What a guy. I was very impressed. Not just with him in the ring, of course, but the way he was in the locker room with our talent. You know, he was very giving.
Easily approachable.
Was spoke to so many of our guys and gals about their about what they were doing in the industry and how to do things, and instructional, and very I think one of the guys he really spent some time with, though, was our very own heavyweight champion at World League Wrestling, Camaro Jackson.
Yeah.
I know that hit Camaro pretty hard.
I got to have a sit-down with him for about 20 to 30 minutes that day. And, man, talk about the knowledge that he would put out. I mean, second to none, honestly.
Lightning One era,
yes.
I believe, was when he was holding the title.
You are correct.
Was it the Lightning One era?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay.
It was.
I think so, because then Tim Storm came in and took the title off of him.
Yeah, so a huge loss to the industry as a whole. He's going to be very, very missed. So our condolences to his family, the NWA fans, and wrestling fans in general of his.
What a loss.
It's a major loss. Now, with that, what do they do now with the whole Baron Von Storm deal? Do they go ahead and just nix it? Do they continue it and bring somebody else in? Maybe like Aaron Stevens or the Sinister Minister, or James Mitchell?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not. I don't know. It's 2024. I think they might just acknowledge it and move on.
I kind of agree.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what you would do after that anyways in the first place, or if you would really want to.
Right.
I think it's more of a would you really want to move on from that, or would you just want to have Tim Storm just be Tim Storm?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a tough call.
I hear you.
I think it depends more on how if I the famous words, if I had the pencil. I honestly I would say I would leave it up to Tim himself and say, what do you want to do? Because he's the one that ultimately at this point in that storyline it affects the most.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how they move forward with this. And looking at a couple of different things, when Jax Dane passed away, NWA had put out, a little statement about him saying, he was born in 1976. And then, of course, Wikipedia, we know Wikipedia is all kinds of messed up, but they've got it as he was born in 1981. But either way, whether it was 1976 or 1981, way too young to go like that. I don't know.
He still had a lot to give.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely. At least another 20 more years, at least, I would say, in teaching and giving back to the business and everything.
Probably more than that, but yeah, at least 20 plus, at least.
Of course, we want to say hello and Happy New Year's to Herb Simmons, who is on the Facebook page, and Superfan Tim Williams. We hope the Superfan gets better. He hurt his ankle yesterday, and that's why he is not here this morning.
Poor baby.
But Hopefully, he'll be back next weekend. Hey, you know what? It's only fair because he likes to give other people trouble. So
I don't
you're giving
care.
him trouble. You know,
it's him. I don't care. It's him. I'm just kidding. Kind of. For air purposes, I'm kidding.
Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. You know we're gonna get responses. So last night, AEW World's End. Now, CT, I know that you didn't get the chance to really see much of it, but you've heard some of the results.
And I've seen videos of it.
I know HD, you watched the show last night. Some of your takeaways from that pay-per-view last night.
I just had fun. I thought it was a really good wrestling show.
Mm-hmm.
They kept me engaged with the tournament. Do you want to go into the winners or anything?
Sure,
yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, like, I was really pulling for... From the beginning, I was pulling for Ricochet to win the whole thing.
Really?
But then I was pulling for Ospreay to win.
What made you go away from Ricochet?
Well, he lost. So then I had to change my...
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So he lost. I was like, okay, I want Ospreay to win. It felt like it was his matches to lose. Great match with Kyle Fletcher. Okada.
How about that opening on that on the forehead of Ospreay early on in the match, and it looked like basically the whole wrestling mat inside the ring was covered from corner to corner.
Yeah.
Wow.
What a great opening match. A little too much blood for my taste, but still, nonetheless. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's just another instance of violence for the sake of violence a lot of times on AEW programming.
Yeah, then they used it, though, in the match with Okada, though. So
Yeah.
I get it.
And that one, I think, was a mishap. Was
it?
Yeah, Fletcher was tossing
I'm sure it was.
Ospreay into the guardrail, and Ospreay slipped as he was being tossed, and his head went straight into the edge of the
But here's the
of
difference.
guardrail.
Here's the difference. Violence for the sake of violence in a pay-per-view is a payoff. Violence for the sake of violence during weekly programming is not a payoff.
Right.
So to me, there's a difference.
No, I hear you.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. 100%.
Like the moves that we were talking about him earlier.
Darby Allin
does during the week are ridiculous. Save that stuff for a pay-per-view. That way it's actually special. It's not special during the week.
Yeah, for sure.
But I agree with you. I think that one was not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
But they made the best of it.
Yeah, they did. They truly did. What was your match of the night last night, HD?
Man, that's hard.
Because all of them were so good.
Ospreay and Fletcher was really good.
Yeah, but did you expect it? I mean, that's expected. Those two.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Well, whether I expected
And
it
to
or
think
not,
that
it
was
still
only
good.
the second match between them as well, of all time.
Of all time, or just in AEW?
Yeah, because they didn't face each other in New Japan. They were together in United Kingdom.
What was another good match?
United Empire, I mean.
I don't know about match of the night, but you and I were talking about the Mercedes match after it was over. Really cool finish, I thought, to that match.
Yeah, that was a very interesting pinning combination that she came up with.
What was your match of the night?
I tell you what, Konosuke Takeshita keeps...
You like him.
I do. Man, he just keeps solidifying his position. And, you know, his skill set is out of this world. Not to take away from Powerhouse Hobbs, but yeah, his character build.
His character growth in AEW from the time he entered to now, or what we'd seen previously from him, I like this Takeshita.
Mm-hmm.
I like this one.
Very much so. Very, very much so. You know, with Okada, both of his matches, and I'm going to say during that entire Continental Classic tournament, we were getting the New Japan Okada.
You think so?
I do.
I think we're still missing something.
We are still missing something. I'm not saying that. And the whole using the B word and all. It's funny to a point, yeah. But after you keep doing it over and over and over again, it kind of, for me, it kind of gets old a little bit, and it takes away from everything else that's going on.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that in certain aspects he's away from the Young Bucks and Jack Perry and that whole Elite deal.
Is he still in the Elite? They
haven't really said one way or the other, but I would imagine, I guess, if when the Young Bucks do come back and Jack Perry gets back, they'll all be back together again. I would assume, but right now, though, with that Continental Classic tournament, we got the New Japan Okada, and I really want to see more of that going forward. Before we continue with that pay-per-view, though, with as good, and I think that Continental Classic tournament was one of the better tournaments that we've actually seen in a very long time, to include New Japan.
Yep.
And the G1 Climax is always a very, very good tournament every single year. But moving forward with AEW HD, do you want to see more tournaments like that for these other championship belts that are in AEW?
Not necessarily. I think the tournament thing is a little played out in AEW, and it's getting played out in WWE too, with the new women's titles and I don't know. I just feel tournamented out, I guess. Too many.
Well, when you have new championships like that, like you're talking about in the WWE, and of course that's the new United States Championship and the new Intercontinental WWE Women's Championship, you almost have to have a tournament for those type of belts, wouldn't you say?
Not always. I mean, you don't have to have a tournament. You could have an elimination chamber. You could have, a six-pack challenge. It doesn't have to be a tournament.
Over the top battle royal.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. I just, for me.
No, I know you like tournaments.
I do, but with this Continental Classic,
or a ladder match.
Sure, ladder match.
Or a ladder match.
Go grab the belt.
Yeah, go grab it. You want it?
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah.
I'm down with that too. I'm not against any of those things. It's just with this tournament that they just had, it made TV better because of the fact that every single match mattered.
So I'm not going to debate that AEW TV has been better because of this tournament. But this tournament is over. Do I want to start a new one tomorrow? No.
Right.
If you feel me.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Superfan.
I agree with you.
Superfan says on Facebook that if they keep doing tournaments, it will get old. Keep it special. And I can understand that, too. But it's just, man, I just want to see more matches that make a difference, that matter.
Well, I think they use this tournament like, let's take Ricochet and Swerve. They turn that into an angle. Tournament's over. Ricochet and Swerve are feuding because...
Yeah, you created a new story.
You created an angle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You did. With that one being said, since you brought his name up real quick, when we come back from break here in a moment, we'll talk about Ricochet because it's like night and day since he came into AEW.
Yeah.
So we'll stop it right there. We'll go ahead and take a break, and then we'll jump into that question of the one and only Ricochet right after these messages.
Need that morning pick-me-up on your way to work? Downtown Winfield's the place to be. Common Grounds Coffee House, featuring the almost world-famous Block 25. Common Grounds Coffee House. Check us out on Facebook or stop by today, 205 Main Street, downtown Winfield.
Findlay Shoe Store is a local family and veteran-owned tradition in historic downtown Troy, Missouri. Dedicated to serving the local community and providing great customer service. Their brands include Red Wing, Irish Setter, Works, Birkenstock, Brooks, Merrill, New Balance, Skechers, Thorogood, as well as Superfleet insoles, state-of-the-art 3D foot scanner to ensure you get just the right insoles for you. Findlay Shoe Store, providing men's and women's quality footwear in Lincoln County area since 1947. Findlay Shoes, 636-528-8247.
24-hour towing and recovery in Lincoln, Warren, Pike, or St. Charles County. Call B&B Towing, 636-262-3865. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. B&B will be on the way, 636-262-3865.
Welcome back, Uncensored Wrestling Talk here on this 29th of December, the last Uncensored Wrestling Talk show of the year. We'll start back up again next week for the new year. Ricochet, we were just talking about him before we went to break. And HD, what do you think of this whole deal with Ricochet? Because when Ricochet came in at All In over in England, huge pop, huge pop. When things started back up over here in the States, the same thing. But in the last 4 weeks or so, the AEW fans have really turned on him.
Did they turn on him, or did he create this new villainous persona and they don't like it, so they turn on him for that reason?
Yeah.
I personally don't mind it. I'd like to see where he's trying to take this. I don't remember a time where he was a heel ever. Like, he's trying out a new thing here.
Yeah.
Like I came from the Fed, I'm here to take over AEW or whatever he's trying to do. And I don't know. I don't mind it so far. He cheated to beat Ospreay the other day on Collision.
Yeah.
I think last week. I didn't have a problem with it.
Do you think with this whole Hurt Syndicate deal, because he was given that business card.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was very weird. But do you think they should have done something with that, like putting him into the group or having a feud with the group? Because it seems like they started it up and then pulled that ticket away almost immediately.
I don't know what they're gonna do, because Swerve his first match was with Bobby Lashley's first match was with Swerve.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the Hurt thing, and then Ricochet is now feuding with Swerve.
Mm-hmm.
He was almost in the Hurt thing.
Do you think it could be a bit of a ruse where MVP tearing up that card and everything like that, and secretly Ricochet is part of the Hurt Syndicate, and those two, Swerve and Ricochet, start to get into things, and then all of a sudden we see the Hurt Syndicate getting involved?
I mean, I guess I could see it, but Ricochet's not really a beat-down wrestler. Maybe he could be, but he's not like a ground and pound. Maybe he's something the faction could use as a different style wrestler, but I can't remember a time where he was involved in like a beatdown of any wrestler, like with weapons or anything like that. I don't know if it would work.
Mm-hmm.
I would almost want to see what could become of a Shelton Benjamin Ricochet tag team.
I mean, yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? That'd be cool.
That would be very interesting.
Because Shelton, I mean, let's face it, probably one of the best to ever be in there.
Agree. They need to do more with him.
I think for me, with Ricochet, I'm so... Because, I followed Ricochet for a long time, of course. I wasn't introduced to Ricochet until Lucha Underground as Prince Puma.
Yep.
And then to have him come in as Ricochet in WWE, it's really weird for me to see this version of him.
Yeah, he's almost playing like, I know everybody here hates the WWE, so I'm going to be that person.
I hadn't looked at it like that, but yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, to be honest, when he came into the WWE, it was also different. It was a different Ricochet that was in New Japan as well.
Yeah,
correct.
So, I guess you could look at it as the evolution of Ricochet.
Every company, he's got a different, like a tweak. He's still the same Ricochet, but a little tweak here.
Is it a step back for Ricochet to be doing the way that he's doing things right now?
No.
I don't know about a step back, but I will say that Ricochet, the name as a whole, is bigger than most names in AEW. I really felt like this was his tournament to lose. Ricochet and Ospreay and Okada were the three biggest names in that tournament.
Yeah.
Okada and Ospreay have nothing to lose in AEW. Ricochet had something to win. He did not win.
That's true. That's a good point too.
Which is a story in itself.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Superfan kind of brings up a good point here on the Facebook feed. He says that he likes Ricochet with a bit of an attitude, but he wants to hear more about Ricochet and Swerve's history. Is that a needed thing for the fans of AEW that really don't know that history? Or should it just be something new, something brand new, starting off from scratch between them?
Here's something I like that AEW does versus what WWE does. Excuse me. WWE does not recognize previous wrestling history.
They're getting better, but
they're getting better. But AEW, I think, storyline wise, for this story, I think a little more information on their history would be helpful to the story.
AEW has this habit of assuming their audience knows everything, because most of their audience is intelligent enough to follow it, but they don't always lay out all the cookie crumbs so that we know what's going on.
I don't know that that's what it is. I think it's the old. I think a lot. They're getting better.
They're getting better.
But I think a lot of it is still that Vince McMahon attitude of nobody else exists but us.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't even acknowledge their existence.
Right. Well, AEW, and we've talked about this many times in the past, AEW has a real bad habit of throwing matches together just to throw matches together. But when you have something going on between Ricochet and Swerve that just starts out of the quote-unquote blue like that, well, why the questions start coming up? Well, why is Swerve acting the way that he is towards Ricochet and calling him by his first name, and why is Ricochet acting like a little spoiled brat now when he's talking when he's talking to Swerve?
That's why I think adding some of the history to it would be helpful for the storyline, so people actually understand where each one of them is coming from.
And that's where I'm at on it too.
Agree. Yeah.
So hopefully they'll do something along those lines.
Tell us why we should care about this.
For sure. So, getting back to World's End last night, Mercedes Moné, Chris Statlander, a very good match. Moné, I think we've talked a little bit about this in the past. Moné has been getting a little bit better and a little bit better. Never any huge giant leaps, of course.
No.
But she has been getting better in a sense. Now that she's had 2 matches with Chris Statlander, I think it's time to move away from that. I think it's time to move on from that for Mercedes Moné. But with that being said, who would you want to see next? Going in the backstage area?
Yeah.
Other than Camille, Anna Jay is who I would like to see, but she lost already.
Yeah, she's lost already.
I was really hoping she would win.
Let's take out all those ones that have already gone up against Mercedes Moné.
Well, we just had a return of what's her name? House of Black.
Oh, Julia Hart.
Julia Hart.
Well, she's actually going to start up a little program with Jamie Hayter.
Yeah, but it's WWE. I mean, it's AEW. You don't know how long that's going to last.
This is true.
That could be just a
could be over already.
Spit in a pot.
It could be. It could be.
Mercedes Moné. You were talking about making strides in her in ring and everything, but I have yet to see her perform as well in an AEW ring as she did in a WWE ring. The question is this: why is that? Is it a difference in dance partners, or is it she just doesn't feel like she needs to perform like that, or is it?
Or is she not training like she once, quote unquote, did? If she did, in her WWE.
Or was
run.
she just not as good as we thought she was? And
all the
it's
lights
now,
and the
it's now
glamour,
showing.
Yeah, we're kind of bright on her in the WWE.
But I also think, if you think about it, once she left WWE, she had a cup of coffee in New Japan, which really didn't amount to much. Yeah, she had the title. Okay, whoopity-doo for a cup of coffee. She really didn't accomplish anything on a global scale to come in and be the character that she is now. She did in WWE, but let's not acknowledge that for some reason. Let's just acknowledge, I'm Mercedes Moné. I'm the best. At what?
Well, I mean,
because I'm not seeing it in her in ring.
And things could have been different had she not suffered that broken ankle in that match with Willow Nightingale last year, and that took her out. That took her out for a good 8-9 months.
But that could have been overcome in her performances in AEW. I'm just not seeing the same caliber wrestler that she was in WWE. So again, is that a difference in dance partners? Is it a difference in the system itself? Or what is it?
It could be like the producers in WWE versus AEW. You can tell the difference.
So the system.
It's all speculation. We don't know.
Sure.
I mean, any number of factors could lead to a bad match.
Because it's a difference, too, in wrestling styles, too. As far as AEW wrestling styles versus the wrestling styles that she had in WWE.
I mean, if we really want to speculate, maybe she's bored. I mean, we don't know. But it could be like the producers at WWE versus AEW. It could be the dance partners who maybe someone like Charlotte and Becky really brought Sasha up when she was Sasha Banks.
Well, they all trained together at NXT.
Right.
Yeah.
Versus maybe these girls in AEW don't know how to wrestle a person like her, who was trained in that system.
Yeah, she was trained a different style. I don't know. It's purely speculation.
Sure.
But I think the bottom line is not a lot of people are enjoying her matches.
Yeah, that's true too. But with all that being said, though, the question still remains: who should be next for Mercedes Moné?
What do you say?
For me, gosh, taking out all of the ones that have gone up against Mercedes Moné, and I don't believe she has yet, Deonna Purrazzo.
Okay. I don't know if she has the momentum yet.
She's got to build that momentum.
She's
for
definitely
sure.
good enough.
That definitely would be a nice match.
And Taya Valkyrie, I'm a big fan of her too, and they're tagging now. So but yeah, I would love somebody like that for former TNA champion or someone like that to be the TBS champion.
Interesting.
I wouldn't mind just a one-off of a nice little champion versus champion.
What about?
Yeah.
Just a one-off, just for a fun pay-per-view moment. A one-off champion versus champion.
Well, she's going over to New Japan for next weekend's Women's Cup championship deal, so she could very well walk out of that with not 2 belts but 3 different championships. Does she need another one in going after Mariah May?
I don't know why she has the one she has.
Mercedes?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you mean? Yeah, she should have went straight to the top women's title. I got a name for you.
Okay.
Toni Storm.
That's interesting because
her story is
before
starting
or
over.
after she regains her memory.
Before.
Okay, I like it.
Because her story is starting over, so she's making her way up the ranks.
I like it.
Yeah.
But
Right?
see, I've got this feeling.
I like
and
that.
I like it too. I would rather see that first.
I like that best.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think about that, and I like it.
But the way that
Call Tony.
Call Tony.
Right.
Come on, Tony.
The way that they've been kind of pushing this, I guess you could say, over the last couple of weeks, building Toni Storm up, it's as if she's climbing the ladder to go face Mariah May.
Well, that's the end game. Obviously, she has amnesia from Mariah May. Her career, in her mind, has started from the beginning. The end game is obviously Mariah May.
Mm-hmm.
How they get there, I don't know. I think it's hilarious. It's fun. It's intriguing.
It's definitely different.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like this. I'm enjoying it.
You know what's hilarious and fun to watch in AEW for me right now?
What's that?
Number one, Tony Storm. Harley Cameron is AEW's answer to Chelsea Green. They are just so entertaining to watch. Harley Cameron is just... I'm sorry, that little Christmas commercial she did with
I was going to say that.
That was amazing.
Oh, that was great.
It was. I give it to her.
And I love her interviews, the way she does her interviews.
Yeah.
Backstage.
Yeah.
Definitely
She's
different.
So entertaining.
I wouldn't mind a program between Harley Cameron and Mercedes Moné.
Obviously, there's a lot of options that we can explore.
For sure.
I don't know what they're going to do, though.
That's the question. How
Stay
do you
tuned and
move
watch.
forward? Yeah. Well, with that being said, let's take Mercedes Moné out of the picture for the moment. Mariah May, since she beat Thunder Rosa last night, who should be the next one to step up to Mariah May? Taking also Toni Storm out of it too, because she's got to build. She's got to climb that ladder to get there. Still.
Does Toni Storm have to climb the ladder? Or are they going to shotgun this? And Tony's going to win some sort of Rumble or Battle Royal. She's going to be like, oh, I'm the rookie in AEW, and I just got my first title shot. Like, are they going to shotgun this?
I think it's going to be Toni Storm. It has to be, because that's where the storyline is.
Storyline-wise, though, should it be shotgunned like
that? But would it be fun to watch her build to that also? I mean, there's two different ways to go with that.
Because I've
you
always
could shotgun it, which is fine too. But for me, I think it would also be fun to watch a storyline build to it.
Mm-hmm.
I do too.
Like, give me 3-4 months of it. I don't
exactly a couple months of this amnesia thing.
Maybe Revolution in March.
But she could still do it and remain with the amnesia, and just think it's the greatest thing. She just beat the champion.
Yeah.
Thank you for this match, kind of a thing. Get a beat down, whatever, and then later on the memory comes back for a second match or whatever. However it ends up, but there's a couple of fun ways to do it. I don't know that there is a right way, because I think there's fun in both directions, but for me, the build-up. I love the build-ups.
I think a lot of people want Timeless Tony back. They were upset.
The beginning of the story.
I think the problem is not so much that or the end of a story, it's the in-between. They don't do a very good job of telling a long-term story, or a story that's a good 3, 4, 6 months, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're not very good at building to a story. They're that instant gratification company.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
Well, here's another name for you.
Which is why they're so good at just like taking a hat at night and drawing out 2 names and saying, okay, that's match 1, that's match 2. Tony Khan's not really all that great at booking. I'm sorry.
What do you guys think of Jamie Hayter possibly being the next one for Mariah May in that situation?
Yeah, sure.
But with that being said, does she need to beat Julia Hart to step into that position? And if so, that's fine and dandy. If so, though, then what do you do with Julia Hart?
Well, you could also do the typical, and don't make it a 3-way match or nothing. No, I'm not saying that, a triple threat. But you could have a nice little battle between Julia Hart and her to get to the title. But it could involve all three in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
They're both vying for it. And they're just fighting each other to get to it.
Interesting.
I'm not saying 50-50 booking.
Sure.
But I think there's a story that could be told between those two to get to the title.
Okay. Well, we are up against our second break here in the hour. We're going to go ahead and take that. But when we come back, hey, we're just going to continue on here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk, and we will be right back.
No longer are you forced to pay high, non-member retail prices or be tied down to one brand of car wash because you belong to their loyalty program. Get better mileage out of your hard-earned dollar with a Wash Me membership. With Wash Me, it's as easy as click, click, clean. You decide where and when you want your car washed. Open the app, select a partner wash location, press go, and Wash Me will take you there using your favorite mapping app. Whether you're at home or away for some business or hopefully pleasure, you'll have access to a nearby Wash Me Partner Wash. Your Wash Me membership is linked to your mobile phone and not your vehicle, which means you can wash your car, a rental car, grandma's car, or any car, as long as you have your phone with you. Check out the Wash Me app on your favorite app store or mywashme.com for more information.
Trust the professionals at Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions. Buying or selling, they'll make your dreams come true. Here's farm auction and acreage expert Dan Stokes.
You know, Meyer & Company's been in the business for over 40 years. We specialize in things called 1031 exchanges, so we're very versed in how to exchange farm ground for other farm ground. So it's something that we do on a daily basis, and we really enjoy doing it.
We are the #1 stop in the region for buying and selling residential, commercial, and farm real estate. We've been serving the area for more than 40 years, and we do it with pride.
It's still a pretty strong seller's market. Dollars per acre is still high. If you're able to connect with a good agent and you can find something off market, we do that all the time, and you know, we're able to still get some deals out there here and there.
Dan Stokes.
You can either call my cell phone at 314-971-0654, or you can call the brokerage at 636-462-5555.
Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, North Lincoln Drive in Troy, 636-462-5555. Online at meyerlistings.com.
The Olean Livestock Market is now the Olean Regional Stockyards and under new ownership. The Olean Regional Stockyards will be holding sales every Monday at 12 noon. For consignment and trucking needs, call Hayden Hurst at 573-690-2705 or Dusty Roberts at 417-298-9755. The Olean Regional Stockyards, same location, 56 Highway FF in Eldon. Our new ownership allows us to make improvements to our facility while maintaining familiarity to our customers. We can't wait to serve you. The Olean Regional Stockyards, the best destination for cattle buyers and sellers.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at meyerlistings.com. Overcast clouds in Troy, getting down to 42 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the lower 50s, moderate rain likely. Temperatures in the upper 40s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 46. In Wentzville it's 46 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground, Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at meyerlistings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Welcome back. Uncensored Wrestling Talk here on News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. We are live in the Gateway Fiber Studios. Of course, also on our many different feeds. KYRO's Facebook feed, Traveling East Productions, Twitter, Rumble, Facebook, YouTube. Also, the Uncensored Wrestling Talk Facebook page. Joining me this morning,
your mom's favorite wrestling show.
I don't know about that. But joining me this morning, our resident referee, H.D. Daniels, and of course, producer/owner of Traveling East Productions, the one and only C.T. Harrison. You know, again, last night, AEW World's End, a couple of comebacks, a couple of returns happened last night. Kenny Omega coming back and actually presenting that belt, that Continental Classic Championship, to Okada after he defeated Will Ospreay. HD, what do you think of that? The whole setup there. Do we get to see Kenny Omega and Okada like right off the bat, or should we wait on that?
Yeah, I'm kind of like hesitant to say. I don't know. Like, do I want Kenny as like the GM of AEW? I'm not sure. I mean, he's a name. I don't know. When's he gonna wrestle?
Well,
I don't know.
There's a question too of what was the purpose in Kenny Omega being the one to do that? Should it have been Kenny Omega, or what's the reason? Was it just because he was there and let's put him on TV, or was it a case of let's throw a nugget in there for something to come?
I think it was a nugget. I want it to be a nugget.
Well, when you think of Kenny Omega and Okada, that in itself is a nugget. But was that on purpose, or was it just because Kenny was there, so let's throw Kenny on screen?
Interesting.
I mean, I guess Kenny's healthy enough to be an on-screen character.
Well, he's about to have a match in New Japan.
Next weekend.
Correct.
Against Gabe
right.
Kidd.
Right. Christopher Daniels wasn't doing it for me as the commissioner or whatever.
Well, I don't think they used it properly either.
Right. Well, at first it was him versus the EVPs. He was the voice of Tony Khan.
Yeah, but they dropped that.
Well, because they left. The EVPs left, so then it was just him running the show. And I agree with you. Overall, they didn't do it right. But now Kenny Omega is an actual EVP of the company.
Well, if you're saying that they didn't do it right, how would you have had them do it?
I'll say they didn't do it right because I was bored with it. How would I?
It didn't keep my interest either.
How would I have done it? I don't know if Christopher Daniels is the right guy to do it to begin with.
Who would you have put in that position then?
AEW spent years without that person.
I don't know why you needed it.
I like that character. Wrestling is missing something when you don't have the authority figure. But
I'm glad you said that because I think that is something that has brought WWE up a few notches. Is Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce.
Correct. They went through years without that. You turn on Raw. Oh, we're having matches tonight. Who made these matches? Where did they come from?
Right.
It was that. I like the authority figure. I just don't know if Christopher Daniels was the right one. I don't know if I want Tony Khan to be that one.
Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis have just knocked it out of the ballpark.
I agree. I'd like to see Nick Aldis wrestle, but that's beside the point.
I think you will. I think it'll happen.
With all these different throughout the year that we got major announcements from Tony Khan and him coming out and getting on the microphone and bug-eyed and all this kind of sort of thing, I don't want to see any more Tony Khan.
No, I hear you.
Stop giving Tony a microphone. He's horrible with a microphone. I'm sorry.
But you got to blame him himself because he's the one that's taking the microphone.
I know. That's because he so badly wants to be one of the boys. You need to run the office. Stop trying to be one of the boys.
Yeah. That's a good point, too. That's a very good point.
Because you're not talented in that way.
Yeah. I know that with you watching the pay-per-view, did you watch the media scrum that happened afterwards, though?
I did not. Did you?
I did.
Okay.
And they did it. I'm ready for the media scrums to be done and over with.
All across the board.
All across the board. They had a crazy pre-show to the media scrum.
A pre-show to the
media pre-show to the post-show. It's like, I get it that they're going over the different matches and stuff, but that's what the media scrum itself was for, right? It did nothing.
Okay.
It did nothing for me except for want to turn it off. Of course, I kept it on because I wanted to report on it here this morning. But then they break away, and it's probably maybe 2 minutes or so before they start it back up again. And they had, Adam Copeland and FTR on the stage to begin with Tony Khan and Renee. And then they did a good 10, 15 minutes or so, and it was a good media scrum with those guys, especially with the promoting of, the Dynamite that's coming up on Wednesday there in Asheville, North Carolina, and all the good that they're going to be doing for the community there and stuff, which is I have no problem with. That's fine. But then that was it. That was it.
Question. Is because the way the media scrums are done, they're done for entertainment purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you think that a media scrum should just be a media scrum period, or do you think that the entertainment purpose of the way they do them, like this is not an actual media scrum? I'm sorry. The questions may be there from the media, but the way they react to them is not. It's for entertainment purposes, not
genuine.
Not genuine. Would you rather have them genuine, or continue with this entertainment purpose scrum?
Well, do you want them to answer their questions in character or not?
Well,
yes,
think of it like this.
Yes,
the UFC. The UFC does media scrums after their matches and stuff.
Yes.
And it's not so much that they are those fighters are staying in character because it's not a character, it's
Right.
them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to see. I want to see more along those kind of lines of a media scrum than
well, yes.
You just got entertained,
and
with
that's
the
what
wrestling.
that's what I mean by yes, but I want them to stay in character, but then again, make it an actual answer, not an entertainment
Mhm.
answer. Make it an actual answer that would come from that character, not an answer that pushes the next agenda.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
I know what
Does
you
that
mean.
make it a little more realistic as far as what that character would say in that situation, rather than what the booking entails later? I don't know. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say.
I know what you mean. I'm just kind of over the whole thing in general.
Scrums?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's overused.
Make it special. Do it like for WrestleMania and do it for All In and be done with it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, not every.
Right.
Yeah,
And that's the thing.
Okay,
It's
maybe that's
become
what. Maybe
every-
it's too much.
Yeah.
Maybe it's overstimulating to have that many.
Mm-hmm. That's what
Maybe-
I'm thinking.
Maybe that would be better.
They want engagement. Like after Saturday night's main event, they had the after show YouTube Kevin Owens angle. And it's
Mhm.
like, I know what you're doing. You want YouTube engagement, just like we want media scrum engagement. You want people talking about it.
Sure.
But it's just too much. It's just the show's over. Let the show be over.
Well, that's kind of goes into also with the SmackDown going to 3 hour thing.
Right.
Is that too much?
Right now it is. 'Cause-
Well, we'll definitely get into
Yeah.
that in the next hour. But with this pre-show stuff to the media scrum, that's the second time that they've done this in a row now.
I don't know why we need pre-shows.
We don't. Well, I mean, for the pre-show before the pay-per-view itself, it's too long.
Do we
of a
need an
pre-show.
hour?
That's for all organizations.
Think about it from their perspective as a company. We have this opportunity to do a pre-show to our post-show. If you don't want to watch, you don't have to watch, but somebody's going to watch, and our company is now exposed to you.
Yeah.
I see why they're doing it, but
But they do things during the pre-show that pertains to the post-show. So if you don't watch it, you miss out on stuff. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like you have to.
well,
Yeah.
good on them, right?
Well, I get it, but it's just too much.
Making you watch.
Yeah,
I mean-
exactly. That's the whole point. Like, you don't want to watch this YouTube thing? You don't have to, but we're out there. We're here. Come watch. I get
Now the
it.
post-show from WWE or that post thing that WWE did on YouTube with Hunter and now that was brilliant.
You think
I was
so?
okay with that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that type of thing is fine. But I don't know that you really need that long of a pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just let's set up, let's talk about the matches beforehand and what's happening tonight. But you don't need like an hour of that.
Well, that's if it was just an hour, I wouldn't be so
Was it
so
longer?
bad. But most of your pre-shows now are anywhere between an hour and a half and 2 hours now.
I don't know why you need that much.
I really don't think you
Just
do.
exposure. That's all it is. They're just getting their name out there.
But isn't it already out there?
It's kind of exposure just for the sake of I don't know. I don't know. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get it. I get it from a promotional point of view. But do you need that promotion? Is that really something you need? I don't think it's needed.
Because by the day of the pay-per-view or the PLE or whatever you want to call
It's
it,
kind of like
these days,
overstimulation.
you already know what the matches are going to be, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need more talk about those particular matches? Unless there's some sort of situation that's come up, like an injury angle.
Let me bring something up that we used to do. 2 minutes?
You got 2 minutes.
Remember when we used to do the pre-shows for WLW?
Yeah, I love doing them.
Okay, it was 30 minutes, and all we did was run down the card, talk
Mm-hmm.
about what was going on, the storyline, set it all up,
Mm-hmm.
and it was played for the crowd at WLW in that time between 6 and 7 when the
Yeah.
bell rang.
Yeah.
And I thought that was actually great, and I wish we still did it.
Same here.
Do you think it'd be better for WLW if that show was an hour instead of a half an hour?
Again,
Yes.
See, there you go. What if it was 2 hours?
No, it's too much. There's no need for it. That's the thing. An hour,
See, I
I
always
get.
thought a half an
better.
hour was the right time, the right amount of time.
But from his point of view, as far as the promoting purposes, I could meet a compromise of an hour.
Right.
Okay.
Between the 30 minutes and a hour and a half to 2 hours, I could meet a compromise of an hour and say, okay, promotional standpoint, yes, let's freaking do this. But over stimulation standpoint, let's cut it down to an hour.
If they get the numbers that they're hoping to get out of this, it's not going to stop.
Probably not.
So if their numbers,
And I think they will.
Yeah, I think they will too. If their numbers went down, then maybe they reconsider. But people are watching this stuff.
Yeah.
And Superfan is also saying on the Facebook that it used to be the pre-show was a free event that tried to entice people to buy the PLE, and I still think that is a part of it. I don't think they've gone away from that,
which is part of the
particular
promotional aspect of it.
Yeah, but to have a 2-hour pre-show to a normal pay-per-view is just too much. Now, for WrestleMania, for maybe Royal Rumble, WrestleMania,
WrestleMania,
SummerSlam, and Survivor Series,
WrestleMania,
okay.
I could really see it, and I'll tell you why. Because you have a lot to cover on WrestleMania.
2 nights.
That, as well as Hall of Fame.
All right, we've got about 5 seconds here, top of the hour, but we're going to be back in just a few minutes and talk more here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk.
Live from the Gateway Fiber Studios, online at gatewayfiber.com. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 11 o'clock in the Heartland.
News, I'm Jack Callahan. 179 people are dead in a South Korean plane crash. The jetliner veered off the runway and then erupted into a ball of flames at South Korea's Muwon International Airport.
While officials are still investigating what led to the crash, they do say the plane's landing gear appears to have malfunctioned.
Fox's Marianne Rafferty, the government of South Korea imposing a 1-week mourning period for the victims. Deadly tornadoes strike the southern United States. One person dead near Liverpool, Texas, the other in Adams County, Mississippi. 6 people injured in the storms. Parts of the southeast now under a tornado watch. Professional boxer Paul Bamba is dead at the age of 35, just days after being crowned the WBA Gold Cruiserweight Champion. No word on the cause of Paul Bamba's death. America is listening to Fox News.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online.
I'm Susan Lee, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The Christmas trading week is over, with the 3 major indices showing gains since last Friday while falling on this one. Let's start with the Dow. It was down 334 points in today's trading, while ending the week 2% higher. The S&P 500 was a 67-point loser in this last session, but rose 3% from a week ago. And the Nasdaq fell 298 points this Friday, while posting a 3% weekly gain. Tech stocks were a big drag on Friday. Robert Pavlik at Dakota Wealth tells Reuters any kind of selling pressure sort of spirals a little bit out of control when you have a thinly traded market. President-elect Trump says Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates is asked to visit him at Mar-a-Lago. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Roger Stern, invested in you.
The world of business moves fast. Stay on top of it with the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday. Fox Business reporters, anchors, and hosts will bring you beneath the stock market speculation and boardroom drama to tell you about the biggest business stories of today. Whether you're on Main Street or Wall Street, Fox Business is invested in you.
Listen to the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Trust the professionals at Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions. Buying or selling, they'll make your dreams come true. Here's commercial property and development expert Rick Meyer.
Oh, it's been a great family business. My dad started the company, and we have been in business a long time. And really what keeps us in business, I think, is just working with our good customers and clients and the relationships that we're able to build. It's really important to us, our agents, to build that relationship, but provide the service to this your local community.
We are the #1 stop in the region for buying and selling residential, commercial, and farm real estate. We've been serving the area for more than 40 years, and we do it with pride.
You can reach us at and look at all our properties at MeyerListings.com. You can also call us at 636-462-5555.
Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, North Lincoln Drive in Troy, 636-462-5555. Online at MeyerListings.com.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Isaac Lowenkron.
The Indianapolis Colts need a victory to stay alive in the playoff race today against the New York Giants. Giants receiver Malik Nabers is active for the game. He'd been questionable due to a toe injury. The New York Jets playing at Buffalo. Jets receiver Devontae Adams is active. He'd been questionable with a hip injury. Jets cornerback Sauce Gardner and defensive tackle Quinnen Williams are both active as well. They had both been questionable because of hamstring injuries. Also coming up at 1 p.m. Eastern, the Philadelphia Eagles host the Dallas Cowboys. The Eagles can clinch the NFC East Championship with a win or a tie. On Saturday night, the Los Angeles Rams defeated the Arizona Cardinals 13-9 to take over first place in the NFC West. Earlier Saturday, the Cincinnati Bengals stayed alive by winning an overtime thriller over the Denver Broncos 30-24.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Overcast clouds in Troy, getting down to 42 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the lower 50s, moderate rain likely. Temperatures in the upper 40s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 46. In Wentzville it's 47 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground, Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Well, welcome back. Uncensored Wrestling Talk live here in the Gateway Fiber Studios of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. I am Sarge, along with our resident referee. He is HD Daniels. And again, thank you again for joining us this morning, HD. I know you're a little bit under the weather, and so I appreciate you still coming in and taking the time. And we'll be rejoined again here in just a few moments with the producer / owner of Traveling East Productions. He is C.T. Harrison.
I'm here.
He is here. He's back in the studio. Of course, you can watch and join us, interact with us with your comments and your questions on many different feeds. KYRO's Facebook feed, Traveling East Productions YouTube, Facebook, Rumble. Also the Uncensored Wrestling Talk Facebook page as well. CT, a little bit about the sponsors that help provide the video for that feed.
You've got Safe Harbor Insurance right here in Winfield. Black Flag Outfitters also in Winfield. I would mention Blue Line Lawn Care and landscaping services. You've got Black Flag Outfitters, which I'm sure Dodd is probably sitting over there at the shop right now, as well as the original Crow Feather Crystal Healing Jewelry.
I also want to talk a little bit about the sponsor for this show, NWA's World League Wrestling. The next live event will be January the 11th, Russell-Lucian. And from last week's show, we had Monsters Mike Maverick here in studio with us, HD. And within about the first 15 minutes of the show, he threw out a huge challenge to the reigning NWA World League Wrestling's heavyweight champion, Camaro Jackson. And Camaro Jackson saw that afternoon, heard what was being said, and he has given an answer of, yes, I will face you at Russell-Lucian. What do you think, HD, of this one?
Can't wait.
Do you think Monstrous, and he's a big man.
He's not ready.
He's a big boy, 6'8", 275 pounds. But that's the question: is he really truly ready to step in against the likes of Camaro Jackson?
He needs a few more whiskers on his chin before he goes after the Grand Region. But I will tell you this, man, I really respect his moxie. That takes some intestinal fortitude on his part, and his faith in himself.
Yeah,
is admirable. Go for it, kid.
For sure.
Absolutely go for it. Because guess what? What if?
What if?
Yeah, what if he has Camaro's number?
Then we haven't heard of whether this is going to be actually for the championship. It could be just a one-on-one match.
If he was to win, even if it wasn't for the championship, if he was to win, that would solidify him as a number one contender.
I would have to say so. HD, what do you think?
I'm looking through. Let's see. The main event is official as Camaro Jackson will face the biggest challenge to date as he takes on Monstrous Mike Maverick. Does not say if it's for the title. That's what I was looking up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what I was saying before. They haven't really, the offices haven't said one way or the other, but either way, let's say that it's not for the championship. Let's say it's just a one-on-one challenge.
But does he
match.
deserve a title shot?
If he wins.
No, I'm right now.
Right this
What has he
second.
done to deserve a title shot?
As much as I like the moxie of
Nothing.
Monsters Mike Maverick.
Nothing yet.
No.
But throwing out a challenge, even if it's not for the title, is worth a title shot if he can get Camaro's number that night.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, would that not be a
huge feather in the cap of Monsters
yeah.
Mike Maverick. That's for doggone sure.
That's a big boy.
It is.
Can't wait to see it. That's all.
Yeah.
I love it when these guys come on here and just throw things out there like that, because it's totally unexpected, because I wasn't expecting Monsters Mike Maverick to do that. HD?
No, I wasn't expecting it either, but it happened.
It did.
It's wrestling.
So you never know what's going to happen here on Uncensored Wrestling.
It's
Talk.
wrestling, man.
It's wrestling.
It's NWA World League Wrestling. Anything can happen over there. Let me tell you.
That's another thing. I think that's another reason why he did this, is because now that World League Wrestling is a territory for NWA, what better way to get eyes put on you than to throw out a challenge to the top dog in World League Wrestling? I mean,
especially since that title is a recognized NWA Heavyweight Championship.
That's right. That's right.
So if you win that, you can add to your resume that you were an NWA champion.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, 100%.
Why can't the rookie have it?
It can happen.
It can. Weirder things have happened.
Will it? I don't think so. But
I'm not going to say not.
Wouldn't that be amazing if it did?
I'm not going to say it's impossible.
No.
I'm not going to say it's impossible.
No.
Is it a mountain to climb?
It's a mountain to climb.
It's a mountain to climb.
It's a Grand Regent mountain to climb.
It definitely is. And as he likes to say, who do you honor? Well, we're going to find out what Monstrous Mike Maverick honors on January the 11th at Russell.
I love the ramifications of it, what could happen. I think it's great.
Get your tickets right now, HarleyRace.com for that. Also, starting up, this next weekend there'll be an in-year review on Showdown, which you can watch on YouTube, World League Wrestling's YouTube channel, and then after that we'll have fresh episodes of Showdown on there.
Oh, can I say something?
Sure, please go ahead.
real quick. Congratulations to H.D. Daniels.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
End of the year awards, referee of the year.
I was going to bring that up.
Well deserved.
What other choice did they have?
Well deserved.
Thank you.
In my opinion, one of the, and this isn't a butter up, but in my opinion, probably one of the best referees that we've had at World League Wrestling.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Professionalism and the care of the competitors in the ring, and bar none right now, probably, absolutely the best choice to be made.
For sure.
Thank you very much.
You had my voice. You had my vote.
Same here.
Thank you very much.
Now, with that being said, though,
staff
member of the year for World League Wrestling, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Brian Pittman, the longtime photographer for World League Wrestling and many other different places around the Midwest. And he takes pictures of all kinds of different events going on and posting them, and submitting those to different publications and whatnot. Gets the name out of wherever he's at. He's got a gripe right now. He's got a bone to pick, and I can't say that he's wrong. He is not happy about Amelia Burkhart getting staff member of the year for photography when she's not there all the time.
Here's my gripe. That shouldn't have been a anyways.
Well, it was a tie. From what we understand,
it shouldn't have been.
It was a tie.
It shouldn't have been.
Well, it is what it is. I mean, but he is not a happy camper, and look for sparks to fly in that situation.
Well, here's my answer to that. You should have had a better following than she did.
The photographer match.
You know what? I will say this.
A photography off. A photo off.
A photo off.
Yeah.
Wow.
A challenge. Throw it down.
Goodness gracious.
But
here we go.
in her also, just in her defense, also a very amazing photographer.
She is. I will not go against that. I think some of the pictures
does a great job, both of them.
Yeah, for sure.
But Brian, I've stood around the ring with many times while I was on camera, and he was taking pictures.
In the words of Brian Pittman, she only shows up when Pretty Boy Mulitalo shows up, and I can't argue against that. That
should have had a better following than her. That's all I could say.
But I will say most of those votes, though, came from people who had never even been to a match, never been to a show. I think going forward, and this is just me, you guys can agree or disagree, going forward on that last event of the year at Christmas Bash Spectacular, I think there should be pamphlets made up, voting ballots made up, and one put on every single chair, and you go from there.
You know what the printing cost of that is?
Free if it's done here.
No. You're going way too far. You're overthinking it.
I don't know.
Papers last century.
It would be more fair.
No.
I think it should be restricted to those that have come to the shows.
I see.
But you have those who watch us on YouTube. You have those who watch us on the 16 different television stations.
This is true.
You have those that,
You've got a
so,
point.
Come on. Can't just come to a show. All of our TV viewers, they're part of the family.
True.
All of our YouTube viewers, they are part of the family. They deserve they deserve to speak as well.
You ain't wrong. I'm not completely disagreeing with you. HD, what do you think?
About who should vote?
The whole situation as a whole.
Yeah. I don't know. Anybody who wants to vote, I guess. I guess I lean with CT here.
Well, it definitely happened. And sorry, Brian Pittman, but Amelia Burkhart and Andy Strobel are co-staff members of the year. Your thoughts on Skylar Sparks getting that championship?
Miranda
and the
Gordy
way
didn't like it too much.
No, She did not.
She has been to our shows.
Yes, she has.
She has competed.
And that's where I was going to go with
and this could be a thing. Who knows?
Because from what we saw, the last time that Miranda Gordy was at a WLW show, she had a match with Tootie Lynn. And afterwards, she put a beat down on Tootie Lynn. And from what happened after that match, you know, she got an envelope that had been put on Ben Simon's table that he didn't see until after the match was over with. That actually said hit money on it. And that kind of leads you to think and assume that it was Skylar Sparks that had put that money in that envelope for Miranda Gordy. With everything that has aspired between Skylar Sparks and Tootie Lynn and Cameron Bernay over the last, 3 or 4 months or so. That would be very interesting if we saw Miranda Gordy going up against Skylar Sparks.
Or Cameron.
Yeah. Cameron's due back. She was supposed to be here on the show that got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't know. My first thought about Skylar, to be honest with you, was good for her because she also won Referee of the Year during my rookie year with WLW.
Yeah,
now
true.
She's won this award. On a personal level, I was happy for her, but I know, Sarge, you may not be.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I kind of understand.
Just to reiterate, Sarge got beat up by a girl.
Yeah.
With a
I
weapon.
will say
she had a weapon.
She had a weapon. I will say this though: that night that happened, she had said that because we were getting an award for 250 episodes of Showdown, and she had made the comment that she had never won anything before, and all that. Well, I'm sorry, Skylar Sparks, you're wrong. You did win Referee of the Year
She
a
wasn't
couple of different times.
She wasn't Skylar back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of see your point there too, but I don't know. This new Skylar Sparks though, she's definitely one to 10 with. She don't get on her bad side, whatever you do, especially in the back.
Well, the whole crowd got on her bad side last show.
Didn't they though? Tell the folks that weren't
She
able to
deserved
see
what she got.
Exactly what happened.
She got Dominic heat. She couldn't.
Yeah.
She couldn't even speak.
They gave her the Dominic Mysterio effect, man.
They did. Absolutely would not let her say but a syllable until they really drowned her out.
Poor Jeff Wild.
Oh my gosh.
Poor
my
Jeff.
gosh.
That guy, he's gonna be out for a month or so, I guarantee you.
Yeah, still haven't heard his medical situation,
No, we have
but
not.
I would have to imagine that he'll be out for a good substantial amount of time with Superstar Steve coming off that middle rope on that chair on his leg. He'll be
Now-
he's lucky if it wasn't broken.
Those of you that weren't at the show, Skylar Sparks came out after that.
That's what I was referring to.
Yeah. The referees were trying to help Jeff Wild out of the to the back.
Mm-hmm.
And Skylar's music hits. She comes out, and what does she do? She kicks a crutch out from underneath him and then throws it at him.
Yeah. I think she even kicked him or stomped on him a
And
couple
then
times.
got in the ring and the crowd then can't understand why the crowd turns on her.
Yeah.
New Day heat.
True.
Dominic Heat.
Dominic Heat, for sure. Hey, we are up against our very first break of the second hour. We're going to go ahead and take that. But when we come back, hey, we're going to continue on everything professional wrestling right here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk right after this.
Hi, I'm Ryan Ruppel, one of the pastors at Redemption Road Church in Winfield. I want to personally invite you to worship and hear the good news of Jesus right here on News Radio KYRO every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. I hope you'll join us this week.
Are you ready to get in the game with the Kansas City Chiefs Radio Network? You can win a VIP game day experience, including tickets, parking, and a visit to the Chiefs radio booth to watch Mitch Holthus in action. All thanks to Shelter Insurance. Participating Shelter agents can register you in the drawing. So visit shelterinsurance.com/getinthegame to find out how you can sign up.
Contact Shelter Agent Jeff Dunn in Wentzville or Chris Hansel in Overland for your chance to get in the game.
New and used firearms, gun repair, and all types of outdoor accessories. On Main Street in downtown Winfield. Black Flag Outfitters. Check us out on Facebook or stop by at 203 Main Street in Winfield. 636-358-0992.
Well, welcome back to Uncensored Wrestling Talk here in the Gateway Fiber Studios of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. Of course, also on all of our different feeds, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble. Go check them out. Traveling East Productions, Radio's Facebook page, and Uncensored Wrestling Talk's Facebook as well. And HD, we're also on X.
At UW Talk KYRO.
There you go. Join us with your comments and your questions. Whatever you want to talk about, hey, we'll throw it in there. We don't mind. Another comeback that we saw last night on World's End. Adam Copeland, along with FTR, so it's rated FTR now. Your thoughts on that, HD, when you saw that?
I'm just...
Rated FTR.
Rated FTR. Really cool to see... I still call him Edge. Really cool to see Edge back.
Yeah.
FTR, they just moved from... It's like who's best friends with FTR? What top guy is the best friend with FTR? They have moved from one person to the next like crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if... What's the word? I want to see Edge versus Moxley. I don't think he'll win. I think Moxley's on a reign of terror.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what they're going to do with this. I mean, there'll be, a six-man tag match most likely or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if FTR is the team to really take it to the Death Riders.
Now, while they were on the media scrum last night, I was also paying attention to the chat as it was going on as well. And like I said, while they were on and they were talking about the moving forward of those three guys, and it was announced on that media scrum that those three guys will take on Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta on January 1st show this coming Wednesday on Dynamite from Asheville, North Carolina. During that chat, one name kept coming up. And I found it interesting that it's still, quote-unquote, alive out there. Shane McMahon.
The rumor's still there.
The rumors are not so much in, quote-unquote, the dirt sheets that we see.
Fans.
And the rumors sheets that we see and all that kind of stuff. But the fans themselves, yeah.
That's because they want it to be true.
And a lot of times when the fans want something, they're given it.
I don't know.
Shane McMahon is backing the Death Riders.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we're...
Mm-hmm.
It'd be cool. I don't know. It'd be different.
It would definitely be different.
Would that not be a coup, though, for Shane McMahon to work at AEW?
A coup?
Well, not a coup, but I mean, I don't mean a coup. That's the wrong word to use. But
betrayal?
Okay. Yeah, in a way, I suppose. A McMahon on AEW? Woof.
It would be something. It would definitely be something. Does it bring more eyes, though? That's the real question. Let's say for argument's sake, Shane McMahon is there.
It would.
Do you think so?
Yes. Absolutely it would. But here's what I'd like to see happen, and it's not. This is fantasy, of course. I would love to see if it were true, okay, and Shane McMahon does happen to get involved with AEW, it would be very, very nice if Shane McMahon could somehow be an ambassador to bridge a gap in this ongoing tribalism between the two companies, and broker some sort of a, I don't know,
relationship
of some sort. Relationship. It doesn't have to be, but more of a, I don't know. Let's stop the nonsense and
stop talking bad about us. We'll stop talking bad about you.
Yeah, because it's like one company fires a shot and the next company fires a shot back, and it's just it's it's very detrimental to the fans, because I'm one of those guys that gets on the dirt sheet groups, and when an AEW fan says something ridiculous about a WWE, or a WWE fan says something ridiculous about AEW, I'm the guy that gets on there. Can we all just like stop this and just enjoy everybody's products?
Yeah.
Because I enjoy TNA, AEW, WWE, New Japan. It doesn't matter. I just enjoy. Can we not just be wrestling fans and stop this garbage tribal crap?
HD?
I think you were venturing into a whole different conversation, to be honest with you. The whole when you're online, the presence of these people you're talking about, their whole end game is to be right. So I've had this conversation before with other fans. So let's say that somebody's, makes a declarative statement. AEW is going to fail. Let's just say somebody says something like that. Their goal is to be right. Whether they believe it or not, they were right. Their opinion is validated. Or let's say somebody says WWE's going to beat AEW in the ratings. They were right. I think that's the whole tribalism thing is centered around my opinion is more valid than yours.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's going to end. I mean, it's everywhere. It's with politics. It's with wrestling. It's with,
I know.
It's with freaking Star Wars. I mean, like, everybody just has
Star
to be
Wars,
right.
Star Trek.
That kind of... It's everywhere. It's not just wrestling.
No, but it's wrestling, and everybody should just enjoy the products, man.
It's kind of reminiscent a little bit of the very beginnings of when WCW and WWE were first starting to take shots at each other, and the fans were kind of taking shots at each other and all that. Do you think we could ever get to the point, though, where it's, and I'm talking about where it being better for the industry as a whole, because I think that Monday Night Wars was in its entirety was better for the industry as a whole.
Sure.
Do we ever get to that point where AEW and WWE have that sort of war between the two of them?
Well, they tried it. Dynamite versus NXT.
I don't really personally. I don't consider that as a war between those two.
The reason NXT is live today is because of that war. They would have never gone live if it wasn't for Dynamite being on TV. They'd still be on WWE Network.
Which one?
NXT.
NXT? NXT was already on USA at the time.
Didn't they go live to start competing with Dynamite?
No. They were still doing shows. They had been on TV for a good 3 or 4 years before, or 2 years or so, before AEW was a thing. Because NXT has been around for a good 7 years now.
But it was always streamed live on the network.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yes.
I could have swore it was on TV itself.
I think it started off on the... No. It started off on the network.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was only on the network for a long time.
Okay.
They did go to compete with AEW because they were getting beat in the rating. Well, the ratings between the two, AEW was killing it. And then they went to TV and it evened back out. And then they actually started getting above this. But this was also the old gold and black, or black and gold, pre that Rainbow 2.0 crap.
Yeah, yeah.
And when they went to TV, they went to that 2.0 stuff. And then now they're back to a more black and gold style. But, yeah. But then again, right now, ratings-wise and viewership-wise, AEW is only competing with NXT. They're not competing with SmackDown and Raw in numbers.
It's not even close.
You could take all their viewership for the whole week, and it still wouldn't match that of a Raw or SmackDown.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Very true.
So they're only competing with WWE's developmental territory.
And going back to what we were originally talking about, it is a competition, and you're going to have fans on each side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
For sure. Absolutely.
I just want everybody to enjoy wrestling as a whole, I guess.
Yeah.
It's my hope that they would. because, gosh, every company has something to offer. There is something out there for everybody in wrestling.
And you know, there are things from both sides of fans that they sometimes say some of the most outlandish, off the wall, you're completely wrong type things, and they have, it's almost as if they have no clue what they're even saying. They're just being keyboard warriors to be keyboard warriors, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, armchair bookers and armchair executives, man. A lot of times,
for sure.
A lot of times they don't see things. When you watch AEW or you watch WWE, a lot of times the things that are done are not done for a storyline reason. A lot of times they're done for a business reason, which is above the storyline in a lot of ways, because without the business itself, there is no storyline.
Yeah.
So you have to, everything's made a lot of time, especially since you really notice a difference when WWE went public. When WWE went public, now they are beholden to stockholders. They're beholden to a board. They're beholden to that. Now, not only is WWE responsible to them, now WWE is responsible and beholding to a parent company, which is over UFC and them. So you've added another element to that.
So, like going back to media scrums, whenever Triple H is on there, he always says, this show was the greatest something that WWE has ever had. I mean, it almost sounds like they're making it up at this point. We had the most watched, the biggest gate, the most money. Every single show is the best something that has ever happened.
Yeah, and
in
it
history.
sometimes makes you want to scratch your head because like with the what you're talking about with Hunter, there was one time where the house was like 15,000 people, right? And the prior pay-per-view was like 18,000 seat arena, and for that 18,000 seat arena, he had said that it was our biggest gate, biggest, this and that and the other for the arena,
Yes, that's what I was going to say. They have to tweak it.
But then the next one, when it was just 15,000 people, it was the biggest gate of all time.
For that place.
Well, see, they're saying just of all time, not just for that particular place.
But they have to add. They need to add for that place to make it more
of all time in this city, or of all time in
that's
this
what
decade.
needs to be said.
They always have to tweak the numbers. But my point is, it's always about the business. Like, if you're sick of the bloodline stuff, it don't matter, because Triple H is going to get on the media scrum and say, "You ain't better than us. We're the best that there's ever been in history."
It's just like, remember back in the day when we were doing Uncensored Wrestling Talk, and I would always tell you and Alex, you need to look at this from a business perspective, not a fan perspective.
Sure.
Because from a business perspective, decisions are made completely differently than what you would think a booking perspective should be.
Yeah.
Why, for instance, I'm going to give you a for instance right now.
Okay.
The leaked deal for the Rumble you were talking about. Okay, where it mentions John Cena coming out ahead. Okay, from a booking perspective, yeah, I understand an issue with that. I would too. But from a business perspective, looking at a man who could possibly get that 17th title reign, from a business perspective, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Sure, 100%.
Do you agree or disagree?
There's a rumor Cena's going to win the Rumble.
Yeah.
Well, from what he was talking about earlier in the week, I had saw something that was leaked, where it was the sheet where it had every single participant and what number they were coming out, who was winning, who was going to be the runner-up. The runner-up was going to be The Rock, and the winner was going to be John Cena. So,
and from a business perspective, I can see that wholeheartedly, 100%.
Huh.
Yeah, and shame on whoever it was that leaked that. I hate seeing that kind of stuff.
Someday somebody's going to have to beat that 16 and get that 17. Well, right now you only have two contenders for that, really. And that's John Cena and Randy Orton.
Yep.
Now, you look at the company as a whole, unfortunately, for fans, I know, you John Cena haters, You have to understand that John Cena was the face of that company for a long time.
Very
And gave a lot. Like, that man ran 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year from place to place. He did media. He did anything and everything that was asked of him. Not to mention the Make-A-Wish stuff. Everything from a company standpoint, giving him that 17 makes complete sense. The third one, running up behind that, is a Charlotte Flair. She's got how many now?
I believe it's 11 or 12.
But she also has, but you could also do it from a company standpoint. You could also give the 17 to John, and because of the longevity that she has left in her career,
Sure.
she could get 18 later on, and it goes back to a Flair.
Yeah.
So from a business standpoint, that whole long run makes sense.
Sure.
I think it would sell tickets.
Yeah. Bingo.
Absolutely.
And from a company standpoint, selling tickets and filling those seats is everything.
Well,
that's
number
what
one
matters.
priority, right? I mean, be real about it.
Exactly.
That's the number one priority. A seat every 18 inches.
A seat every 18 inches and merch sales.
Mm-hmm. For sure. 100%.
Can you imagine the John Cena shirts that would be sold?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
And the money made on that? There'd be a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in the same boat with you, HD. I'm not a huge John Cena fan
I'm not either.
However, he's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong.
Really
but I will
what
give him
he's saying.
this. I will give him this. He's not Hulk Hogan. And I'm a bigger John Cena fan than I ever will be or ever was a Hulk Hogan fan.
So you're saying Hulk Hogan was bigger than John Cena, or are you saying John Cena was bigger than Hulk Hogan?
I believe so.
Huh.
Okay.
Well, but, okay. That's a really tough one, though, because for the era of Hogan, would that company be where it is today without Hogan?
No, it wouldn't.
I don't think it would. But would the company be today what it is without what John Cena put into it?
It'd be closer.
But it wouldn't be.
I know.
I don't think so. So both those guys, but then again...
But it could still get to the point where it can be attained to what it is today. But without Hogan, like you're saying, though, none of it would be possible,
Correct.
to be honest.
Yeah, and don't believe me, just ask Hogan.
That's true, too. He would definitely tell you that.
You definitely have to give Hogan his flowers when it comes to that, because I don't believe the WWE would be what it is today without Hogan.
Agree.
Am I a fan of Hogan? Not even a little bit.
Let's talk about that real quick. Well, actually, no, we're not going to talk about that real quick. We'll talk
Fine.
about that after we come back from break, because we're up against a break right this moment. Let's go ahead and take our last break of the show, and when we get back, we'll talk a little bit about Hogan versus Flair in wrestling sense for business-wise.
How did we get here?
That's a good question. We're here,
Doesn't
though,
matter.
and we'll be right back here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk.
Hi, everybody. This is News Radio KYRO Vice President and General Manager John Shepper, and I have a question for you. Have you ever considered hosting a foreign exchange student? If you haven't, perhaps the time is now. You can host a high school student from another country who lives with your family for 5 to 10 months, a new international branch for your family tree, and an opportunity to share your part of America with an international teenager. AYUSA has been connecting families around the world for over 30 years. A track record of trust with compassionate, engaged student leaders and personalized host family support. There's no typical family. No matter where you live or how your family is structured, there's a student waiting for a family like yours for a unique opportunity. Find out more by contacting the AYUSA local representative Tricia Schneidermeyer at 636-295-7224. Explore the wonderful opportunities that AYUSA has to offer, connecting families around the world for over 30 years.
King Scott here, and I'm with John Lang, owner of Mountaintop Motor Company. John, tell us about the latest sales you guys have going on.
King, we don't have one.
What? You're an auto dealership. You have to have some kind of sale going on.
Nope, no quote, unquote sale going on at our place. And you know why? Why? Because usually those sales promotion at other dealerships, they're BS, man. Most of the time they're robbing Peter to pay Paul somewhere, and we don't play those games at Mountaintop. We're not about sales, we're about true savings.
I like that. No sales, just savings. You're saying come in, check out the inventory, and you guys will prove that your pricing is always super competitive.
Correct. We've got so much great inventory in the lot right now. Many vehicles starting at $15,000 or lower. And with our great prices, we're confident we can get you set up the right way.
You heard it. Great pricing, great inventory, great people to work with. And there's a reason Mount Top Motor Company has over 1,000 5-star reviews. Please don't settle for just any dealership. Aim higher and go visit the good guys in Troy. MountTopMotors.com, Facebook, and Instagram.
This moment of calm is brought to you by American National. Because life on the farm is stressful, and insurance shouldn't be. American National. Relax. We're here. American National Property and Casualty Company and Affiliates, Springfield, Missouri.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Overcast clouds in Troy. Getting down to 42 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the lower 50s, moderate rain likely. Temperatures in the upper 40s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 46. In Wentzville it's 47 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground, Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Let's go ahead and pipe down that bumper music, even though I do like it.
Please do.
I will say that I
Why?
do like the bumper. It's just catchy. It's catchy to me. But I still gonna pipe it down because we've got a lot to still talk about here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk in the last 15 minutes. And when we
I wish Superstar Tim would, or Superfan Tim would pipe down.
Oh, no, hey, you know, that's between you and him. That's between you and him. I'm not going there. Before we went to last break, we were talking about Hogan and his influence on the business and John Cena's influence on the business during the 1980s. I don't really think there's a bit of an argument, honestly, between Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair. Now, well,
that is tough.
That's a tough one because as far as putting seats in the building, I think Flair put more seats in the building because they were doing more shows. However, when you go start talking about merchandise and the money aspect side of things like that, it was Hogan.
Well, yes, and also, but then again, from a performance standpoint, Ric Flair will always be miles above Hulk Hogan as a wrestler.
100%. HD?
Did Ric Flair ever sell out a WrestleMania?
Nope.
But he sure as heck sold out Starrcade, and he sure as heck sold out, these other different
Was it him or
special
was it his
things.
opponent too? Because think about the opponents he had with him on those.
Chi-Town Heat. I remember this one. Chi-Town Heat. He was facing Ronnie Garvin. Which, don't get me wrong, man with the hand of stone. Ron Garvin was a hell of a wrestler in his day. But it wasn't him. I'm sorry.
No.
It wasn't him.
Well, I'm talking about guys like Ricky Steamboat or Harley or some of the guys he shared the ring with on big events. It wasn't just him.
Yeah. Okay.
Or Dusty.
So are you trying to say that it was just Hulk Hogan when it was Hulk Hogan?
Not necessarily, but Ric Flair was never given the opportunity for something like a WrestleMania 1 or a WrestleMania 3.
I mean, WrestleMania 1, who sold that out? Hogan and Mr. T.
Hogan, Mr. T, Roddy Piper, Paul Orndorff.
Do you think people bought tickets to see Roddy Piper?
I think a lot of people bought tickets to see Roddy Piper get his butt kicked. Yes.
I think a lot of people bought tickets for Mr. T and Hogan.
Could be a mixture. It's a mixture of both.
At the time, you got to remember, Hogan was at the top of his game.
Yeah.
He was.
Oh,
he was.
Without a doubt. But,
for sure.
Okay, let's look at this. WCW. Fighting for survival.
Mm-hmm.
Bischoff brings in Hogan in the Outsiders.
Right.
Hogan changed the game for WCW as well.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. But
So,
then you can look at
that was a Hogan. That wasn't much else. That was a Hogan, but that was also, I think, a Hogan getting thrown in there with the Outsiders helped. But
Well, he was Hulk Hogan for a few years, red and yellow.
yes,
yeah.
but
you
the
know-
turn, woo,
Oh yeah, the turn.
greatest heel turn in history.
100%.
Yeah, a lot. I think this is something else that's forgotten, though. The night of WrestleMania 1, it was also the very first Clash of Champions between Ric Flair and Sting, and Ric Flair's and Sting's match that night did just as good as WrestleMania did.
What do you mean just as good?
As far as seating capacity in those two arenas, it was money-wise from those gates and all that sort of thing was just as good as the other.
I'd have to see the numbers to believe that.
Really?
I don't know what the numbers were actually.
We'll do some research and find that
We'll have
out
to
then.
because I don't know about that.
Because I think the popularity of it.
Because if you look at the biggest crowds in history of wrestling events, WrestleMania and WrestleMania 1 and 3 are at the top of the first 5.
I would be surprised.
I believe.
I would be surprised to see if WrestleMania 1 had more quote-unquote buys than viewership of a free, because it was a free Clash of
now
Champions
you're talking
1.
about buys. We're talking about
I'm talking about the whole
actual
picture
arena
as
seating.
I'm talking about the whole picture as a whole. I mean, and you've got different pieces of that pie that you can talk about. The seating capacity, the buys of the pay-per-view compared to the free viewership of Clash of Champions 1, the amount of matches that were in both, the talent that was in both. You know, there's different aspects that you can actually talk about.
There was better, in my opinion, there was better talent in the NWA and WCW back in those days than there was in WWF.
Mm-hmm.
But WWF changed the game when they went to the it wasn't pay-per-view, it was what do you call it,
Cable, right?
No, the first one, WrestleMania 1, wasn't on cable or pay-per-view. It was
Closed circuit TV.
Ah, okay.
where you had to go to a theater to watch it.
Yeah. And only in certain places.
Yeah, only in certain places. So buy rate wasn't all that much. I mean, it was, but it wasn't as grand as it is now.
Mm-hmm.
But it pushed the WWE closer to what it does now as far as on-demand events like that.
I'll say this. From WrestleMania 1, I'll say WrestleMania 1 and WrestleMania 2. The popularity of those two shows and the things that came out of those two shows, like the war to end all wars between Hogan and Piper, and all these different things, that's what gave Vince McMahon the quote-unquote confidence to go in and start buying up all those different territories that were out there, because the NWA at that time would use those different territories in the right way.
The reason he did that was to buy. The reason he bought them out was to buy their TV time.
Mm-hmm.
That was the whole point of it. Was the
Right.
TV time,
Exposure, like we talked about.
which that's what made WWF nationwide was not their pay-per-views. What made them nationwide was him buying out those territories and getting that TV time that those territories had.
Mm-hmm. Which in turn led to, instead of the NWA being in those time slots in those territories, it was the WWE.
Right.
And the NWA had to go to the Superstation, TBS at the time, and only on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, but at specific times, and sometimes it was very early in the morning, when not a lot of people could watch.
Taped.
It was taped as well. Yeah. It's an interesting conversation.
And they went back to a lot of studio tapings, rather than being in an actual building or an arena or something like that.
Yeah.
But going back to the Hogan and Sting thing, or Hogan and Flair thing, there's an argument to be made for both of those guys in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to be in the middle of that argument because both of those guys' contribution to the industry as a whole is immeasurable.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys in this industry right now who are in this industry because of Hogan or because of Flair.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or because of Sting.
Yeah.
Because it's the
Four Horsemen themselves.
You have to throw Sting into a lot of conversations when it comes to that too. Because all right, and this comes from Harley or from Flair's own mouth.
Mm-hmm.
If there was no Harley, there would be no Ric Flair.
True.
If there was no Ric Flair, there probably wouldn't be a Sting in the iconic capacity that he is today.
Mm-hmm.
And then to throw into that mix Dusty, who worked with all of them and was able to. Has he reached that Hogan or Flair status? No. But their careers also wouldn't be what they are without a Dusty, without a Ricky Steamboat.
Yeah.
So there's so many people to throw in that mix that but between the two, I wouldn't want to be in that argument.
Well, with Dusty Rhodes, and this is just me personally, with Dusty Rhodes, I believe that he is the best mind for the business itself.
Dusty Rhodes made so many contributions behind the scenes, and that's what makes Dusty Rhodes what he is to this business, more so than what he did in the ring, to me anyways.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
For sure.
Because let's look at, even if you just took from his backstage presence, working with youth, the NXT experience that he used, and the kids that he worked with, Dusty made immeasurable contributions to this industry that cannot be matched in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of ways.
Especially in his fight, and you know what? That's another thing about Dusty. It's not talked about as it should be, I believe. With Dusty Rhodes, he was a hell of a storyteller in the ring.
Look at the two sons he produced and what they mean to this business.
Mm-hmm.
Not just Cody, Dustin.
Yeah.
The longevity of Dustin's career, people don't realize. A lot of people today don't realize Dustin is actually old school wrestler. He comes from those days.
He does.
He was in the ring in those days with his own dad.
To pull out a Canadian Destroyer every once in a while.
Yeah.
Superfan Tim Williams comes up with a good question.
I'm surprised.
He says, better mind, Dusty Rhodes or Kevin Sullivan? Now,
Dusty
Kevin Sullivan
Rhodes.
was a hell of a mind as well, but I think
Dusty
personally
Rhodes.
it's got to go to Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, I got to go to Dusty.
And we just lost Kevin Sullivan not that long ago as well. But Kevin Sullivan had a hell of a mind for the business. He came up with a lot of wild stuff as well. But as a whole, yeah, definitely Dusty Rhodes.
Well, he wasn't a super genius.
That was pretty good.
That was
not bad. Not bad.
That was pretty good. And we've only got a couple minutes left here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk. Something else that I wanted to bring up real quick. The last Raw on USA Network is tomorrow night, the end of an era.
Yeah.
Because this Monday Night Raw is the longest running TV episodic show that there's ever been. Right behind it is SmackDown.
Yep.
It's going to work on Netflix, streaming 3 hours.
Yeah, I think it'll
like
totally
that.
work, but okay, we're talking about exposure. 3 hours is too long with the product that they're producing.
Because I tell you what, when we saw that Tyson and Logan Paul fight, there was a lot of issues on Netflix itself with the buffering.
Is
and with
Raw
the,
going to get 60 million people watching?
I don't know. Maybe way more than that because it's worldwide.
It's
right?
a possibility. I mean, I don't think so right off the bat, but I think it's a possibility at some point because what you've done with Netflix is given it a broader span than what any of these cable channels can give.
So, like, during the Monday Night Wars, right, wasn't Raw getting like 7 million people? Now they're getting 2.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're going to get 10 million on Netflix. I mean, it doesn't sound right to me.
Well, here's my problem, though. That Logan Paul Mike Tyson fight, a lot of streaming issues.
Yeah.
Christmas Day, just a couple of days ago, it was the Kansas City Chiefs and the Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore Ravens, and the Houston Texans. 2 different games. Still buffering issues, streaming issues. 65 million people.
Okay, but you're also talking about 7 million versus 65 million.
Mm-hmm.
Big difference.
Yeah, I think for me, I think Monday Night Raw is going to start pulling in those kind of numbers. But the thing is,
I think they will.
They've
eventually.
got to fix those issues with the buffering and all that kind of stuff that's going on. That's because it made me want to. Even though I'm a Chiefs fan, I love the Chiefs. It made me want to turn it off. Honestly, because there was so many issues going on. I stuck through it, but it still made me want to turn things off. I think more people would actually push the off button.
Raw will be somewhat of a guinea pig experiment. They're going to be running every Monday, so they'll buffer all these issues out for all the big.
I hope so. I hope they get it figured out quick.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. You're talking about a company that has the ability to upgrade its servers and do what it needs to do, and I think they learned a lot from that Logan Paul Tyson fight.
I hope so.
I think they did.
I hope so. Well, for our resident referee, H.D. Daniels, for Traveling News Productions co-owner, or actually owner and producer, I should say, C.T. Harrison, I am Sarge. Thanking all of you for watching. Thank you guys for coming in this morning. I do appreciate it. And we'll be back here next week for Uncensored Wrestling Talk with a 1-hour special show leading up to the Chiefs' final regular season game right here on News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO.
Live from the Gateway Fiber Studios, online at gatewayfiber.com. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 12 o'clock in the Heartland.
Fox News, I'm Paul Stevens. A jet crashes